The spa session that made me realize I had been carrying pain in my skin for years. My name is Leora, and I never understood how much my skin reflected my life until the day a spa therapist helped me see what I had been refusing to acknowledge for years. My acne journey wasn't just a physical issue. It was a map of all the emotional storms I had walked through silently. I spent most of my teenage years wearing foundation like armor, not to look pretty, but to survive. Every morning, I layered makeup thickly, praying no one would notice the bumps underneath. I avoided swimming, bright lights, sunlight, close distance conversations. I'd always tilt my head down, hoping shadows would hide the truth. Whenever someone said, "It's just acne," it felt like a slap. Because it was never just anything. It was my guilt, my shame, my self-consciousness painted across my face. One night, after a particularly severe breakout, I couldn't hold it together anymore. I sat in front of my mirror, sobbing, picking at my skin in desperation. I whispered to myself, "Why am I like this?" I didn't know the answer, but my skin did. The next morning, after seeing the damage I had done, I made a sudden decision to visit a spa. I had never been to one before. The idea of someone seeing my face up close terrified me, but loneliness pushes you towards strange forms of courage. When I entered the spa, everything felt different. Warm air, soft reflections on the walls, the faint scent of eucalyptus. It felt like a place where broken things weren't judged, they were repaired. The therapist took one gentle look at my face and said, "You must be tired." Tired. Not ugly, not careless, not damaged, just tired. For the first time, someone understood. As the steam filled the air around my face, I felt layers of tension melt off my body. The therapist began the extraction slowly, compassionately. "This spot is from stress," she whispered. "This one from poor sleep. This deep one from emotional overload." And then she added, "Your skin remembers everything you tried to forget." I felt my breath hitch. While she worked, she explained how skin responds to emotions, how stress creates hormonal imbalance, how heartbreak triggers inflammation, how exhaustion blocks pores, how self-neglect builds scars deeper than the skin. Every pore she cleaned felt like an emotional release. Every gentle pressure felt like someone finally saying, "You don't have to do everything alone." Halfway through the session, I cried quietly, not because it hurt, but because I felt seen for the first time. She paused and said softly, "You don't deserve the harshness you give yourself. Be kind to your skin. Be kind to your heart." When she finished and handed me the mirror, my face wasn't flawless, but it was alive. It wasn't perfect, but it was breathing again. I saw hope instead of shame. Walking out of the spa, I realized something life-changing. Acne isn't a flaw, it's a message. Emotional pain always finds a way to show itself. Your skin will heal when your heart begins to heal. You deserve to be cared for, gently, fully, honestly. That day, I learned my skin wasn't my enemy. My silence was, and I promised myself I would no longer stay silent.